If you're a foreigner in Ghana, you will always feel like a foreigner. Please. All the JC Pepe paste, all the JC Sugar, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? For me, I am doing awesomely well. Today, I'm going to be talking about the wrong perceptions I had about Ghana. You want to know some of the wrong perceptions people have about Ghana? Then this video is a must watch for you. I want you to know that I am not an egocentric person, and I want you to know that life itself is a learning process. You get the opportunity to learn, relearn, and unlearn. If I don't know a thing, I accept I don't know a thing. And if I do know a thing, I will proudly tell you I do know that stuff, that thing. I'm a Nigerian. And just like Ghanaians, we have a kind of food called fufu. Staying with Ghanaians opened my eyes or exposed me to certain Ghanaian culture that initially I thought they were weird. Initially, I thought that what kind of culture, what kind of lifestyle is this? And one of it has to do with their food. This video is not to bash Ghanaians, it's not to bash anyone. This video is just to tell you some of the wrong things I conceived, and I also know that so many persons might be on the same shoes right now. So the first thing is their food. I love fufu. I eat a lot of fufu. In fact, fufu is one of my favorites, especially when it has to go down with a well-prepared soup, garnished with a lot of orishirishi. You know what I mean? Meat, fish, and all that. Yeah, in the part of the world where I come from, we eat our fufu separately. Like, you make fufu from cassava, okay, a fermented cassava that was processed and then cooked and pounded. So that is what a Nigerian fufu is. And then we prepare a soup and we eat together. Our fufu is actually in a different plate or a bowl, while our soup is also on a different plate, and we enjoy this combination like that. But it was odd or weird to me when I saw certain Ghanaian soups. Now, the kind of soup I saw was something we Nigerians eat or give to those women who just newly delivered. Okay, that is the kind of soup we give to them. So when I saw the kind of soup, I was like, why is the soup light? Because our soup is usually very thick, like very, very thick. If you have seen our soups, like with goosey soup, our okra soup, our vegetable soup, then I'm sure you are going to understand. When I went into arguments, if the soup should be light or thick, I now discovered that indeed the Ghanaian soup actually have the right definition of what a soup looks like. Okay, if you go to Google, if you go to the Oxford Dictionary, you are going to see there that soups are something that is what is light, and that is the opposite of what we Nigerians had. So I knew that Ghanaians were actually doing it right when it has to do with their fufu, when it has to do with their soup. And believe me when I said I've tested the Ghanaian light soup. I have made a video where I did my first mukbang eating the Ghanaian light soup, and I ate it just like Ghanaians. I poured the soup in the bowl, and then I put the fufu in the middle, and I ate my thing. And I'm going to be putting a link to that video so you watch for yourself and see how I ate it and what I had to say on that video. So guys, in Nigeria, it is difficult for you to see different people eating together, okay, like dipping their heads in a plate that has soup and fufu inside. For us, it is not something that is so obtainable. I did it in those days, or my mom used to serve us food together with my siblings, okay, where we have to share our fufu and our soup together. But since I grew up, I can't remember the last time I tried eating with someone, eating fufu and soup with someone. But Ghanaians enjoy this pattern of eating, okay? You can see 2 or more Ghanaians eating in a very big bowl of their fufu with their light soup. So this was one of the things that I had wrong, or one of the opinions I had wrong about Ghana. So the number 2 thing I'm going to talk about here is Pepe. But the Ghanaians have made eat a lot of pepper. When I say pepper, the foods are always spicy. I remember when Vera used to be here, I used to ask her whenever I come visiting if her food is so peppery, because if the food is peppery, it means I certainly will not have to give that food to my daughter or to my children. I will have to look for something else to give to them. I thought I enjoy eating pepper till I met a Ghanaian who eats pepper like 10 times more than I do. I thought I gave her the best pepper eater that I've ever known, and that is just it for Ghanaians. Most of them enjoy eating their food very, very spicy. Another thing I'm going to talk about here is Ghanaians and eggs. So anything that comes from poultry goes well with my soul. Yes, it goes well with my body, my spirit, and my soul. But with Ghanaians, eggs are on another level. We eat eggs, maybe fried eggs with bread, maybe socks with yam, but it's not something we eat common or we include in every of our dishes. Unlike what the Ghanaian does, Ghanaian can make soups with eggs. They can make stews with eggs. They can do eventually so many things with eggs. Unlike Nigerians, okay, we are not so good at such combinations of stew and eggs. In Ghana, in Ghanaian food, you are going to mostly find eggs. Most of the time, you are going to see eggs. You cannot separate a Ghanaian from egg. No, don't do that. So I think my perception about them in regards to eggs and how they prepare their eggs with their soups and their stews has also greatly changed. Okay, if you give me a combination of stew with eggs, I am going to chop. I will chop. I'm going to eat it well. Another point I'm going to be stating here is that if you're a foreigner in Ghana, you will always feel like a foreigner. Please don't get me wrong. Like when you are with a Ghanaian and you don't know how to speak their Twi language, and a fellow Ghanaian comes, the Ghanaian is going to turn and start speaking Twi, the local dialect, to the fellow Ghanaian. They are going to communicate using Twi language, leaving you alone. You might be there, they are going to talk and smile, they are going to be talking and laughing, they are going to be talking with all kind of demonstration, and you as a foreigner, you're just there and you're wondering, what are these people saying? What is so exciting about this gist? Why are they not discussing this in English since I'm here? So you might be feeling very awkward. You might not be feeling so good with it, but this is Ghanaians for you. And believe me, as someone who speaks her local dialect, that certain gist is better spoken in your language. Okay, so certain stories, certain things are better spilled in your language. It also occurred to me that people have their way of living and also have their culture. Trust me when I say that certain gist is not sweet when you translate it or when spoken in English language, but it's sweet, like it sweets you to the bone marrow when you speak them in your local language. I no longer feel bad when I visit my friends and instead of communicating with other Ghanaians in English, she prefers to speak Twi. I just wait for her and ask her to interpret whatever they are saying to me so that I'll also follow along. I'll also catch up with the gist and also drop my own contribution. Lastly, I'm going to say that if you are living in Ghana, you're going to be very tolerant. You are going to learn how to be patient. In fact, patience is going to be your second name, if not your first name. Ghanaians do not like being prejudiced. Ghanaians do not like being oppressed. Ghanaians want to take their time, gently, calmly to do things. And you are going to see when you have an appointment with them. I remember there was a certain time I had an appointment with Vera, and instead of her coming on time, just as we scheduled, Vera is going to come hours late. And when you speak to her about this issue, she's going to tell you that, don't you know there's traffic? Traffic is always an excuse. If it's not traffic, then there's something else that didn't just work out fine. And so for me, I'm going to say, if you are working with Ghanaians, trust me that you are going to develop a virtue called patience. It is very important. If you are also a business person, you should find a way around it on how to deal with them when it comes to time management. That is all I have to say in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Till I come your way next time. Bye.